As a small business owner, you'd think that coming up with an idea for writing your book should be easy, right? But believe it or not, most of the time when a new client approaches me about writing their book, once I ask them what their book is going to be about, they don't know how to answer that. So I'm going to give you my best tips on how to narrow down your nonfiction book idea right now. And before I forget, if you would like more tips on how to write and publish your nonfiction book to help build your business, subscribe to my channel and hit the little bell so you'll be notified whenever I post up a new video. As a freelance B2B ghostwriter, I have helped dozens of small business owners write and publish their nonfiction books. And one of the hardest steps for them to get through was that initial step of coming up with the perfect topic for what they were going to write about. Don't get me wrong, they already usually have an idea in their head by the time they come to me. But it's usually something along the lines of, I just want to tell my story of how I got to where I'm at. But then I have to come along and burst their bubble. Because you know what? Unless you're a celebrity, no one is interested in your story. People buy nonfiction books to learn something, usually something that will help transform their business or their life. They buy because they want to get something out of it, not because they're interested in your story. And that something has to be big, at least to them. It has to be almost tangible. So first things first, to come up with the perfect book idea, you need one major goal. What do you want your readers to get out of your book? What is your promise to them? How is their life going to change as a result of reading this book? This is where you're going to define the needs of your audience as well as the emotion they'll be feeling once they finish. The simplest formula for this is, I want my readers to feel, pick an emotion, empowered, accepted, qualified, entitled, equipped to lesson. So I want my readers to feel qualified to run Facebook ads, or I want my readers to feel empowered to start a YouTube channel. I want my readers to feel supported to be able to take their life back after a divorce. I want my readers to feel relieved that they aren't alone in struggling to take care of the needs of their special needs child. You may have to tweak the sentence just a bit, but the formula works. And what we've done here is we've started to form your promise to the reader as well as narrowing down your book idea. So take a moment to think on this and then let me know in the comments, what is your book going to help your readers accomplish? Now that you've started putting together your idea, you know how you want your readers to feel after they've read your book and what you want to help them accomplish. So the next step is figuring out what your reader wants. You might be asking, what's the difference here? You just figured out what you're going to teach them, right? So why is the extra step? Last week, I did a video on whether or not you should write for yourself or write for your readers. You can check out that video here. I explained in there the difference between knowing what a reader needs and understanding what that reader is looking for. When it comes to writing a nonfiction book that's going to make an impact, yes, you do need to lean on your expertise and what you know your audience needs. If you're trying to teach them how to clean the fish, but they're still looking for what to use as bait, you're not going to draw them in. Exactly. If you want to be able to give your reader what they need, then you have to offer them what they want. You may find that your objective is the same thing as what they want, right? If you want your readers to feel supported, to take their life back after a divorce, and your reader wants to take their life back after a divorce, then guess what? Your job is easy. That's going to make planning and outlining your book that much easier. And in other cases, the two might be very close. You might want to teach them how to do Facebook ads while they're looking to make more sales, right? Well, you can make more sales using Facebook ads. So these two objectives are not far off from each other. You can definitely relate them back to each other. The real trick is to make sure you know exactly what your reader is after before you start planning and outlining your book. This will end up serving sort of like a North Star as you plan out the rest of your book. At that point, everything in your book will directly go back to giving your audience what they want while teaching your audience what they need while making that emotional impact. Last but not least, think about the Twitter share. Why Twitter? Because Twitter gives your reader 280 characters to say something. It's not a lot. Imagine your ideal reader has a friend who's just asked Twitter about a book to solve their need. And your reader knows without a doubt that your book has the answer they need. How would they go about describing that to their friend on Twitter? I'll tell you what they won't do. They won't say something like, "This author talks about how she started her business from scratch and became a millionaire." So what? If someone asks you for a book recommendation and you came back with that, no one is taking that recommendation, right? No, because it doesn't have anything to do with the problem that they are trying to solve. However, a person might say something like, "Check out this book. I learned some copywriting tricks that nearly tripled my sales in a month." Short, to the point, and focuses on what the reader got out of the book and believes that their friend will also get out of the book. Because as readers, that's what we do. We aren't sharing your story. We're sharing what we got out of it. Now, this Twitter share is kind of the embodiment of your promise to your reader in their own words. So when you think about how that reader is going to recommend your book and why to their friends or colleagues down the road, write down that statement and make sure it stays somewhere in the back of your mind as you are planning and outlining your book. Once you put these two elements together, you have a solid book idea. Now it's time to go planning it out and outlining. Yay! If you'd like a little bit of help with your outline, I do have a free nonfiction book outline template you can grab using the link below in the description. And if you'd like to see that outline template in action, you can check out my video on how to outline a nonfiction book right here. Throw me a thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe if you want to see more. See you right over there. Bye!